And thank you to all of you that have done the poll. Before we get going and diving into this, couple really quick things. We will be talking again about passion today. So there's so many different directions that we can take this. So I wanted to kind of give a couple just higher level types of things before we kind of get into some of the ideas and the how-tos. So today we will be focusing a little bit less on if passion is worth pursuing in a career, and kind of more of the nuances of that. For a lot of people, that is a really big conversation. We will look at that, but the main goal today is really of where to pursue your passion and how to find it. I would also like to say too, and we have definitely a lot of people in the room, a lot of different lived experiences. So passion breaks all the rules. This is something that is definitely not something that everyone experiences in the same way. It looks very different. It takes a lot of different shapes and sizes, a lot of different experiences. It is often not a step-by-step process, and not one size fits all. So I would love to hear kind of as we get into the Q&A, what your process has been like for passion and kind of what your questions are of that. This is also a really extensive kind of a thing too. So people do devote their life's work to this kind of a topic. This is something that people love to talk about. There's a lot of different opinions about this. So my goal really today is not to synthesize all those necessarily, but really just to give you some practicals and some kind of ideas on how to keep going with passion. Awesome. And when I was thinking about this kind of topic, these are a couple of just the general ideas that really seem to kind of come out. What I do at the Career Center is talk to students every day, and a lot of times this is a topic. So these are some of the things that I personally have experienced in my own life when it comes to passion and working with passionate people, passionate students. And really the first one that really came to mind was passionate people are really great at seeking exposure. They're people that want to try everything. They're very curious people, and finding ways to get in situations where they're doing something different or something new seems to really be a common theme along with a lot of those people that I see. These are also people, like I said, that are very curiously, they live curiously. They are people that ask questions and pay attention to everything they do. And a lot of times they can be insightful and reflective about what those experiences are and why they seem to feel like they enjoy those experiences. I love this one as well too. I think when I use the passion word with myself or other people, sometimes this is something that can make people have certain emotions or certain thoughts and feelings. And I would say these are people that are persistent. They try their best not to compare, knowing that passion is something that really looks different for different people. So if you ever find yourself in this conversation and it's difficult or stressful, it's hard to feel joyful through this or hard to find progress through this, one of the best ways to try to get rid of that is to lose comparison as much as you can. This is also a type of person I usually feel that is celebrating. So they're very thankful people. They're people that want to celebrate passion and just know that those kind of emotions a lot of times can be very contagious, just like all the other emotions in the world. They also are really intentional. They pay close attention to how they're spending time, and they pay close attention to what's influencing them and why that's influencing them, how it makes them feel. These people are also very motivated, energized people in general. I think if everyone in the room here can think of someone that they know that's passionate, that just seems to be such a common thing. They just have that drive, that energy, that motivation. Once they find it, they know things will be challenging, but it's just something that seems like they want to keep coming back to it. They want to keep furthering it. There's not complacency with passion. This is always a growth process. And they also know that this time is an incredible time to find it. And not a time that is necessarily a time that you have to have it all figured out. 20s matter a lot, and it's something that is a really big deal for passionate people. Let's keep going. I'm really excited to talk about this slide as well. This is really a lot of what we work with in our Career Center. So when we talk to students about finding a career or a major that really seems to fit well and a place that they really want to thrive in, these are a lot of the words that seem to come up. Passion takes many forms. I personally, when I think of passion, immediately go to that interest circle, right? You're interested, you're excited, you're passionate. But the more and more I think about it, passion is found in all of these circles as well that really contribute to career. And how we describe passion matters. So one person could say they're passionate about soccer, which would be an interest, right? Someone else might say, I'm really passionate about justice for people. Maybe that's a value that they have. Whereas another would say, my skill set is a really big deal to me. I'm passionate about excellence in everything I do with this product. A couple other examples there too, right? Maybe you're passionate about bringing happiness or joy into people's life, or maybe you just really want to have a happy family. So I think this is a really important topic as well, because there's so many different ways that people define it. We believe at the Career Center, passion is one of those words that really connects to having a holistic career in life. Career is such a big piece of everything that you do oftentimes in your life, but a lot of times too, this is something that is a vehicle, I like to say, and not a destination, or maybe the opposite. For some people, passion is the vehicle and what drives them to where they want to go. For some people, passion is where they want to get. So especially if you're in this room and you're kind of wondering about that, wondering if you should pursue passion, what that looks like in a career, it is a firm belief of mine that everyone can find passion in their career, and they get to choose how direct or indirect that can be for them. Awesome. Let's get into a couple ideas for this. Passion sometimes is one of those things that's very abstract, so I think it's really great to hear some ideas to kind of focus in on this and find your own passion, or find multiple passions that you have. So this is one. We will not do this guided experience completely live. This is something that you can do later at home, but this is a tool that can be really helpful. I believe that passion is something that oftentimes is lived. These are things that you've already lived through and will continue to live through. And a lot of finding passion is reflecting back on what that was. So this is a guided experience. I think visualization is a really helpful thing. It's a really empowering thing when you're looking for passion. So when you do this exercise, you can repeat this exercise, but start by thinking of a time when you felt at your very best, when you felt alive, or when you felt energized. You can also substitute different words, but those ones seem to be the best. Take a few minutes and do that kind of when you're in your own space, in your own comfortable space, and then start to ask some questions. So what were you doing? Maybe what you're not doing, sometimes even. What was the emotion and what made you feel that way? Who was with you? What were you working towards if there was a goal or an objective? And sometimes this exercise is most beneficial when you can drill down to the most simple details whenever possible. If that was a camp experience, if it was something very simple, maybe even one or two words that really kind of seem to emerge from that. And then of course, can you replicate this? Have you been able to, and if you have been, or if you haven't been, is there any detail that you can change to apply this to your life or even to your major career? Couple questions that I oftentimes find people ask themselves when it comes to passion. And some of these are really big questions. They take time for sure. But when you look back on your life, what do you want to have accomplished? Sometimes this is a question that can be really insightful. A lot of different correct responses to this. There are no incorrect ones. But what does accomplishment look like for you? And the exact same question, what is something that you'd like to be remembered for? Maybe that's being funny or successful, being very hospitable or charitable. What are a couple words that really seem to come to mind? Life can feel like a very big in the future kind of a process. So maybe you drill this down into 5 years or 10 years and ask the same exact questions. And ultimately, how do you define passion is really what this is going back to. Awesome. So I'm going to launch this other poll. I'm going to launch this other poll. There we go, right here. And we're going to get that started. We have one more slide as well that didn't show up today, so I will show that after the poll. But for now, we have just about reached our 15-minute point. I'm really looking forward to the Q&A kind of portion. And I'm going to show you all one more slide as well that we did not see. But if you could respond to the poll. Awesome. Thank you all so much. About 10 more seconds for the poll today. A couple questions there. Thank you all for contributing to the conversation and just talking about this. Awesome to hear that some of you feel comfortable. Hopefully you have some action steps to take. And of course, we're always looking to expand workshops to Go. This is a really fun series, so we're always looking for new topics to really bring into this. There might have actually been 1 or 2 slides that were hidden. I really want you to see that as well before we get out of here. But of course, especially if you're looking for further support from the Career Center, ways to kind of really get engaged with us, this is the Career Center. This is a lot of our location, ways to reach out to us. I'm also going to post my email in the chat, but we are available and ready all the time to talk about any type of career topic, right? Whether it's something like passion all the way to the job search and beyond. So this is a lot of our information. We really appreciate you. We really enjoy working with students, and we hope to see you in person or virtual, or really any way that we can engage with you in the future. So reach out anytime. Super happy to connect. All right. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing. There might have been something that went wrong with a couple of my slides today, but I'm gonna stop the recording and we're gonna transition a little bit into the Q&A section. So if you would like to post in the chat, whether it's something really broad or something really personal to you, we would be happy to talk about those because I'm sure a lot of other people in the room have really similar thoughts or some ideas. So feel free to unmute yourself as well or share your camera, whatever you feel most comfortable with.